Hello, good people. Hello, morning. Part two, part two, part two. Hopefully, y'all can see and hear me well. Ah, life, folks, life is always happening. Life is always happening. Here I am for part two to today's silent live. Once again, not so silent. Here I am in living color. Lots of red, lots of red. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for joining me and those that join me on the silent live. Now, this machine this wants to go crazy. Hello, Lisa. Hello. How are you? How are you? I am seeing a little delay here, so please bear with me. All of my machines want to act up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but here I am. Here I am. Yeah, so earlier during the silent live, of course, I was there. I'm there all the time. I was having a little chat with the folks that came into the live, and I appreciate all that came into the live. Kirby Key, the OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle, the AI Virginia Show, Boss Diva Denise, Angela Critters. Thank you all for joining me on the silent live. And now I'm live for part two. Part two of the topic is having a college degree still valuable in the workforce. Is it still valuable in the workforce? And the answer is yes, it is still valuable. Now now part two, literally, and part three, part four, part 25, etc., the getting to the degree. Each of us and each of us in our individual journey in order to attain a college degree, all the stuff that happens from 0 to 18 or maybe 12 to 18 or whenever people in their families start to think about their student or the student themselves start thinking about, hey, I want to go to college because I want to do this, that, or the other, or be this, that, or the other. That is when the real work, talking, and all of that stuff should happen with regards to getting a college degree. Now, if you have that smart child that's been smart since kindergarten, etc., and over time, they start to develop interest in things and they keep that interest for a long period of time up and into their teens. And of course, right before they graduate, if it's for something, let's say computer science, to make it easy for myself, computer science or anything with computer, any type of information systems, et cetera, all of the any and every facet sector of the new technology that is out here now. If you have a smart kid that is into that type of thing, they talk about it all the time. They're doing something all the time. They're helping you. They're helping you get your computer stuff straight in and everything with regards to that and a whole host of other things that I don't know. Then that is a good thing. Then in my brain, it's a no-brainer that your kid will probably want to go to college to get a degree or degrees um, in the STEM field, somewhere in the STEM field, computer science, information systems, science, some science technology of some type. And of course, after getting out of college, and this is for the kid that is smart, after getting out of college and hustle. This is what I'm talking about. You still have to hustle. You still have to hustle to get a job, just a job. Now, if you have all these ideas of you want the perfect job, the ideal job, in the ideal location, you don't want to live at home, you don't want to be in the state that you're currently at, that is a whole nother and separate thing. And you have to make sure that those places have, for private industry, those places have the jobs and they need people to fill those jobs in wherever it is that you would like to live. Now, the federal government, that is a whole different animal. I will do my best not to talk about that because that is like a whole something all by itself with regards to, of course, you can go to any of the 50 states and anywhere overseas and still be attached to the federal government, et cetera, doing a particular job. But for folks that want to work or may start working in private industry, that is a whole another animal. And some of these things will have to be talked about, amongst your parents, or if you're an adult now and you have those type of degrees, what it is that you want to do. But back again to the hustle, you're going to have to hustle to get these jobs. You're going to have to compete with yourself, and you are your greatest competition. You always should be competing with yourself, but with everyone else out here that has won just a degree. If you're just a 22 or 23-year-old and all that you have is the college degree, and maybe you worked at McDonald's, for a year or two, of course, doing, after school when summer was out, compared to someone that, well, if it's just you and another person with a degree, and you worked, just at the McDonald's or something, that's the only work experience that you have, then you're going to have to hustle against the person with just a degree that may have some experience doing the work that they can show. Maybe they worked at a volunteer, some type of volunteer organization, and they did that type of work there. So people know they got a little hands on something with regards to that for a period of time. It could have just been after school, just like your McDonald's job. It could have been after school or during summer school, etc. And of course, you're going to have to compete with the folks that have the degree and many, many, many years of experience working at one company or several companies over time, and the type of training that they have beyond just having the degree in the different areas, of the computer science, technology, the STEM field. I'll just put it that way. So yeah, you're going to have to hustle. And I get it. I get it. For a lot of folks, some things come natural, the gift of gab. They get in there and they may do well in the interview, etc. But maybe for the 23-year-old that's just coming out of college, 22, 23, they don't have that. They don't have a lot of practice going on interviews. They've never been on an interview, etc. So now they have that particular learning curve to get over also into. Hello, DJ Ron the Mechanic. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I do appreciate it. I'm going to have to get over there to your channel. I saw the subwoofer video, but yeah, I'm going to have to get over there to your channel and check out your other premiere that you did. Thanks for being here, all. Thanks for being here, all. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button. And yeah, if they never did a job interview, have zero clue how to do it, once again, like I said, another hurdle that they are going to have to get over, another something they're going to have to learn, get in their toolbox, etc. And once you do those some job interviews and it doesn't work out for you, now things and thoughts may start to creep into your head. And I'm not saying it's just the young, it could be some of the older folks also into, but if the older folks have a work history, they've done this before, they're kind of sort of clued in, and they know that, hey, this type of thing happens. I just got to get up and go back and do it again. Now, for the 22 or 23-year-old, not knowing hustle, not knowing stick to itness, not knowing that, hey, I get it, this happens. I just got to go on and focus on trying to get the next job, the next interview, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What did I do? What didn't I do at the interview, or what have you? And that's where having a friend, a sounding board, a mentor will help with that and a whole host of things. But that is a topic for another day. But once again, these thoughts may creep into the young brain of a 22 or 23-year-old, and they may just decide to give up. They may have thought that, oh, if I get this degree, I'm definitely going to get a job. Because all the signs, all the markers show that, yeah, if you get this college degree in a particular area in the STEM field, you're going to get a job. You will be able to work somewhere. And of course, in my brain, that is true. But if you got it in your head that you're going to get the ideal job, the ideal place, etc., first starting off, those are delusions of grandeur. I think that is how they say it. But nonetheless. And then the young person may start to get anxious. They may have moments where they are depressed or get full on depression, etc. You never know what is going on in the mind of a person, just at any time. And goodness knows, from the OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle told me about the incident that happened in the state of Maine. Not going to talk about it too much here. You never know what is going on with people. So yeah, the college degree is important. And we know, like I said, what all comes with getting a college degree. For some, and I get it, some people get a full ride scholarship, and that is a great thing. And hopefully it is in um, hopefully whatever they're doing, their degree. And if they get a full ride scholarship, let's say for volleyball, of course they get to pick, a major, an actual degree field to go into, also into, and hopefully they are picking one that is going to serve them well once they get out. And I get it, they can get on the volleyball team. They're probably a U.S. Olympic volleyball team and do a whole host of things, go into the school system, K-12 and higher, and become a volleyball coach, probably any type of coach, whatever it is that they're going to do with regards to that. But getting that degree is going to be important if they want to get out here and get a job, be successful, etc. The full ride scholarship folks are, of course, in a separate bag. The folks like my daughter, your daughters, your sons, etc. The regular folks that are working regular jobs that may or may not have saved up for, their children's retirement. And everyone's situation is different. Not passing any type of judgment over here. Everyone's situation is different, but they may be able to help here and there with some of the college expenses, and or the ongoing support that their student will need while in college, sending care packages, sending money, gift cards, all of that stuff, etc. They may be able to help with that. Move in, move out, etc. They may be able to help with that. But otherwise, we're looking at applying for, using FAFSA, I think that's what it's called, to get government aid, et cetera, federal student loan aid there, or applying for, private loans in order to pay for college. Of course, utilizing Pell Grants and finding scholarships online or scholarships that people tell them about, or when they get to the school. Once again, you're going to have to be hustling to do all of these things, because all of these things require work. All of these things require work. They require you to write something. They require you to, of course, meet deadlines. So you're going to have to hustle. And of course, the parents are going to have to be involved if they have a student. Of course, this is their first time, and it may be the parents' first time going into something like this, because the parents, got regular jobs, as my parents did, as I did, and a whole host of folks did when they started out, and that's all that they did, etc. So it is a lot. It is a lot. But hustling is going to be the thing. Hustling is going to be the thing, which goes back to Hello, Rooted and Essential Oils. Oh my goodness, I forgot to say this live, part two, this live is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. I'm so used to saying it in the afternoons. This live is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. I am so sorry. I just started because I'm so used to saying it 6 p.m. live, but nonetheless. This live is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. Rooted in Essential Oils. His link is in the chat, folks. Go and check him out. Go and check him out. Plant-based living, talking, giving us information, education on how to use essential oils, household cleaning products that he sells. So check out, like I said, the link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. Check out his channel, folks. Check out the description box where you can get some savings. Plant-based living, good for you, good for the environment, good for the planet and environment. And in this case, your home environment, of course, the planet, larger picture. But yes, and like he is a young man, he is an entrepreneur, and I think he works a regular job also in too. But that's another way that folks can go also into a topic for another time, a topic for another time. Thanks for the likes, folks. Thanks for the likes. Netta's Nest, morning, grand rising to all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Hopefully all is going well. But yeah, the hustle, even from 15 to 18, when if your student or students are applying for college scholarships, I think some of them want you to write an essay. They may want you to do a whole host of things, but definitely being able to meet a deadline is going to be critical. And if you're turning something in on the day of the deadline, in my brain, you're late. How does the saying going? If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. Like for meetings, job, and just anything in life. So yeah, hustle is going to be key. Just because you have the degree, it's not going to equate to you're getting a job readily. You probably will be able to get a job, and I'm just talking about in the STEM, but it may not, it may be level, the first level, at the starting level, etc. And like I said, we have ideas of doing a whole going places. I want to go to, Arizona, or I want to go to Kansas or something other like that. Then, uh, yeah, got to see what's out there. You got to see what's out there, but you're definitely going to have to hustle. And of course, the parents, like I mentioned, may be learning alongside you. They may not know that all of these things are required. And if you have a 15 or 16-year-old that's doing that, do they know time management, how to manage their time? It's just so much stuff that parents have to pour into their kids. I am telling you. Now you're going to have to keep probably a calendar for them to know, hey, you need to submit, this particular essay, or do this, or we need to go and do these things so that we can complete this part of whatever the college application is requiring. I don't know, haven't been in it, but from what I do remember in the olden days, and it may be different now, that an essay of some type is required. I guess they want to know if you're able to write. They may want you to do something where you are speaking, so they may want to know if you can write and speak well. That is helpful in life. Maybe a skill that you may not learn in school, and when I say school, K to 12, public type, etc., I don't know, because some schools will have programs, and it may just be for a select few students, like the talented and gifted. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. They may have programs like that where they have debate teams, um, where you can, do a lot of public speaking, etc., and learning how to write well, etc. It just could be a whole host of things, but those are some skills that the young folks don't have, when they're that age, 0 to 18, and some that they may acquire over time. But yeah, but they may find out that they may need to write something, and woo, that is going to be a whole nother learning something for them. But they are young, they have time, they have a computer in their hand, and they need to get to it. And the parents need to be on them to get to it if they want to get the particular, the scholarships, etc. Just a whole lot, just a whole lot. Netta says, going through this now with my son. Yeah, and it is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work just with the parents. It's like you have to do your thing for your own self, and then you have to do your job, for the pay, and then you have to come home and do, mother, wife, cook, therapist, counselor, lawyer, just a whole host of things that we have to do. But yeah, getting information is power. Lots of it on the internet, and people don't have a lot of time to go and do this. Look at a bunch of words and filter through all the stuff. Like, hurry, get to the point, get to the point. I don't have much time. But yeah, we do the things that we have to do that's going to be helpful to us and or our children. We find a way. We find a way. Slow and steady, we find a way. But definitely we have to make sure, hello, Alonzo Hall, the All-Star advisor, that we have to make hustle. If you're in any type of race, you're hustling. You're hustling to get to the finish line, whatever that is for you. So yeah, just a lot, way before getting the degree that people need to focus in on, learn, be prepared for, etc. And this is a budding child. So if you have a young child, student, etc., now is a good time to look into the different type of programs that they have out there for saving for college, etc. This is not a financial channel. I am not a financial advisor, planner, anything of that type. God knows, no, I'm not a lawyer, no type of financial consultant, none of that with regards to anything. This is just for entertainment purposes only, YouTube, entertainment purposes only. People will do their own due diligence, etc., etc. But yeah, it's always good to, of course, get information online, think about it, process it, etc., and then go and speak with someone that is knowledgeable in the area, someone that is knowledgeable in that area and others along that area, and maybe a whole host of other things. Maybe a whole host of other things. But yeah, the degree is important. The part where the student loan and all of that, taking out loans, etc., is the other part of it, especially if you don't have, these savings funds set up already, or you don't get a full ride scholarship, etc., or you don't have the type of family that, like I mentioned before, I think at another live, like no one in the family, none of the siblings, aunts, cousins, uncle, and you are going to be the first one. They see something in you. You are smart, and I'm talking academically smart. You are talented that way. And like I mentioned before in the example, you are the computer wizard, etc. And they see something in you, and people outside of your mom and dad are going to contribute to the effort. Heavy, heavy, because college is not cheap. College, they're going to contribute to the effort heavy. And if you don't get a scholarship and that is the scenario, you are in a good spot if beyond your parents are contributing to your college fund in this particular case, your college, so that you can be debt free or as close to debt free as possible. When you have family that will do that, they see something in you, they seen you hustle, they seen you work, of course, the K to 12 stuff. They seen you do other things in life to where you weren't a bratty kid, etc. You were always helpful and kind. You showed respect. All of those things and a whole host of, they see something in you and they know that you're going to go far, and they are willing to put in their hard-earned dollars that they done worked 40, 60, 80 hours per week, 2, 3, 25 jobs. They see something in you and they're going to contribute to that effort. And I'm telling you, that's a great family members to have, folks. Great family members to have. Yes, this channel is for entertainment only. Thank you, the AI TV show. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Netta's Nest is saying, I suggested to my son to get his CDL prior to going to college so he can have a lucrative side hustle. Facts. We need 25 backups. Yes, get that CDL so he can have, like you said, a lucrative side hustle. He can go work for someone else in the trucking or start his own little thing, etc. Have his own business. And if because he's a young person, started early, he may need to just move on and not need that degree. However, having it is important because we need that as a backup, even if I think for a lot of young folks, if besides having the business, having that, because if the business go by the wayside or you get tired of it or something out here in the larger economy happens to where the side hustle is no longer lucrative or valuable just in of itself, then you're going to need the college degree or something else going on. So having multiple streams of income is very helpful. It's very helpful. And yeah, just briefly, entrepreneurship is not a bad thing. We can do two things at the same time. We can walk into bubblegum, as they say, at the same time. So while they are young, you can kind of sort of push them, towards, entrepreneurship, maybe getting some candy and going door to door selling candy. If they're able to push a lawnmower for you in your yard, they're able to push a lawnmower for the neighbors in their yard and get some coins, get some cash. Follow what I'm saying? So, slowly getting them into an entrepreneurship business person mode is a good thing. Also, into don't discount the value of that. Hello, Shantarman. How are you? Thanks for stopping. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. Thanks so much for coming in. I appreciate it. Because they can learn a whole lot of things just from what you can tell them about business, and you're pointing to them other people that are in business for themselves, because they may not know, but they may have an uncle or aunt or something that they know that is in business, and that may be a place to go to get information, and then they can decipher for themselves the good, the bad, and the ugly of how they are running their business, because children, they know and they catch on quick to things. So we don't want to discount being an entrepreneur, starting your own business or several businesses, even while you are young, doing the lawns, going over there helping people with any and everything that a 12 or 13-year-old can do. And it could be much younger, but I don't want to get crazy here. I don't want to get crazy here. But yes, and I'm telling you, they learn lots of skills. They learn how to talk to people. They learn how to ask for what it is they want. And in this particular case, you're asking for them, you're wanting them to say yes. So you have to ask the question or questions, etc. And present yourself like, hey, I'm Marcus. I live in the neighborhood and I mow lawns for the neighbors. Can I mow your lawn? This is my fee. And they're going about your day, or whatever it is, whatever type of, discount entrepreneurship. We don't want to discount entrepreneurship. And some folks, in some families, going to college is pushed, and it is pushed heavy. But when the rubber meets the road with where is the money, that may be non existent. And it is what it is. People's financial dynamics in their family is different for everyone, but it is what it is. If you're pushing heavy to your children, go to college, go to college, go to college, and now they're like, okay, mom and dad said go to college, go to college, go to college, but they know that they have to pay for it, and they know that student loans are out there, so they're going to go and do it because you've been pushing go to college, and not all the other items and things that come along with that, the student loan. And you haven't been pushing, like I said, you're going to have to hustle even after you get the degree. You're going to have to hustle and compete. And they don't know anything about competing. That's going to be a bit problematic, but they can learn. Like I said, they're young, and they're going to have to pick up a whole lot of things along the way if those things haven't been poured into them from 0 to 18. And of course, in my brain, before they get to 18, they need to have already know about hustling, competing, writing well, speaking well, presenting oneself, how to do a resume, how to do an interview, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, some of these things can be done and role modeled in the family, mom, dad, other siblings, aunt, uncles, etc. And of course, we have YouTube and we have the internet at large where they can go and find information. Now, there's a lot of information out here for a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old to take in, and they may not know how to weed out some of the stuff that is not important or may not be helpful in today's in today's society. And even some of the older folks, not me, may not know what is acceptable in today's society. So that's going to be a whole nother thing also into. That is where the parents and the parents' knowledge about interviews and some of the new types of dynamics that are happening in the job market, interviewing, et cetera, is going to be helpful. It's going to be helpful. Once again, we're constantly having to pour into our young folks. And then the young folks, if they're learning these things, it is my hope that they will ask questions if there's something they don't understand. And you can give them a perspective like, okay, I know that you saw this particular thing happening in the interview. However, I would not do that. I would not do that, or I would tweak it or something other like that, because they're going to see a whole, I mean, millions of different types of job interviews here just on YouTube itself and outside of YouTube. Wow. And then if they're going to some of these, I don't know, maybe these recruiting things and just places where they offer advice on what to do in an interview, it is a whole lot. It is a whole lot for a 15, 16, 18, 19, 20-year-old to take in. Yes, yes. AR Genius is saying more than half of the folks in jail lack a high school diploma. Yes, we can't even get to the college. I mean, well, yeah. Yeah, that is it. They lack a high school diploma, and that is a whole lots of things going on with regards to that statement. Why they lack a high school diploma, etc. Big topic, big topic there, big topic there. But yeah, and we have to show the good, the bad, and the ugly of student loan, and we have to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of student loans. We have to. If they're not going to get out here, if they get student loans, if they're not going to get out here and at the beginning, and most of the time it doesn't happen at the beginning, the first job will not be the one that is going to possibly pay them enough to pay the student loan payment and then be able to live independently. Because we all know that our kids want to get away from us, whether we think they do or not. They do. Trust, they like living at home and not having to pay anything 0 to 18 after that. Cash in hand, honey. Cash in hand. You're putting something in the hand to the kitty, to the pot. Nothing comes free. I'm not trying to set you up for failure out here thinking that someone's going to take care of you. That is not going to happen. Hello, the Bud Files. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. So yeah, just a lot, just a lot. Yeah, that first job, yeah, they want to get away from they want to be independent. They want to get their own apartment, be able to pay for the apartment, utilities, and all the trappings, all the stuff, how to say trappings, all the stuff that comes along with that. They want that, they want that. And when they find out that they can't do that with the money that they're making, they get this degree and they're not making that money, other things tend to can set in, like being anxious, being a little bit depressed, maybe wanting to give up. Like everyone told me, my parents told me, the people at the college told me, my friends told me, et cetera, et cetera. Some people in the industry told me I would get a great job, be able to, live my life, et cetera. I don't know whether the live the life part included the student loans. And maybe what we wanted to hear was live the life, i.e., I can move away from my parents. Translations, translation, I can move away from my parents, get an apartment, and be away from them with the money that I am going to get from my first job. But they did not factor in the student loan payment. And they know they have the student loan payment. But nonetheless, here we are, here we are. And when the things start happening to where, now, you as the person have a whole nother set of issues. You're having anxiety, maybe a little depression setting in, maybe just giving up. And it could be temporarily and just for the moment, stress setting in. And now you have this degree and you have this job that isn't paying you what it is that you like. And now you go and you interact with your peers. You're going to dinner, lunch, or some another like that, and they're asking, hey, what's going on with you? Or folks that you haven't seen in a while, like what's going on with you? Where are you working? What are you doing, etc. And, in the conversation, everyone's talking and they find out you got a degree and you're working at this place, and they ask you what do you do at the place, and then in their brain they're trying to count your money. Like, okay, that job, I wonder what it pays, while they're on their phone, because they're always on the phone at the restaurant. I'm going to look to see how much his particular job, what he makes, what that particular job, and then oh, wow, like how are you making it, dude? And then a whole nother set of stuff starts setting in more anxiety, because now your peers, your cohorts, your friends, now they know that in their brain, you're not making enough money to actually survive. And that is actually the case, but you're not going to express that. You're not going to express that. So yeah, a whole host of things happens, and you have to be a strong person. You have to be a strong person mentally. You have to be a strong person mentally, just in life in of itself. And I get it. We have stresses and we have moments where we're not as mentally, fit or where we would like to be. And then we can always seek out help, always seek out help. Talk to someone, family, friends, your parents, or get professional help, to help you, get over, the hump. If that will help. Yeah, we always want to make sure that our mentals are good, are good. Yeah, education is key, is very important, is very important, very important, very important. Yes, this show is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. His link is in the chat, folks. His link is in the chat. Go and check him out. Go and check him out. His channel is growing. His channel is growing. And yes, he was the winner of contest number 3. He was the winner of contest number 3. Contest number 4 is underway, folks. Contest number 4 is underway. Same thing. Share out this live or a silent live and get your link drop in the chat. Of course, during that particular live, and of course, your name entered into the hat for the prize for contest number 4. And I think I'm going to do the free sponsorship once again. I think I'm going to do the free sponsorship once again. So yeah, thank you, Rooted in Essential Oils, for sponsoring this live. Yes. So yeah, education is key. Education is key. And you're right, the AI Virginia show, everything is so expensive, and college cost is in there also into college cost is no exception, folks. College cost is no exception. Real easy to go and get a general idea and estimate of what it is just for college itself. And I don't have to do that, etc. But make sure that when you do go to the college site, in my brain, I'm thinking just right now, it just came to me. I'm thinking, make a list. Lists are always helpful. So if you and your student or students are looking into going to college, have lists. Like on one list, say college and all the cost, room and board, meals, all the meal plans, all of that. Like what is going to be the actual cost at that particular moment in time when you go and check. If you check today, it's going to be different a year from now, 2 years from now. Have all of that right there. Have all of that written down so that you can have some idea and your student have some idea. Especially if you don't have the funds to pay for it, you know that you're going to be going the student loan route or the federal, trying to get Pell Grants, scholarships, etc. Know what it is. But definitely know the other parts, you have no control over whether you're going to get a scholarship or not. The part that you can control is the cost and what you're going to be putting to it or able to put towards it, etc. when the time comes. Have a list, of course, with all the money costs just for the college itself. And of course, have a sheet for yourself like, okay, how much money are we going to send each week, every 2 weeks, every month, so that my child can live outside of the food that he or she is getting there. I know you all follow what it is that I'm saying, because you need to set up your budget. This is the budget. You need to set up your budget for that if you're going to be helping your student. And of course, start saving and planning just for your budget part of it if you haven't done the 529 or some other type of college educational saving plan for your student. Do up all of your costs, food outside of that. If they are able to live on campus, then that's a great thing. If not, then if they're moving away from you to where they're commuting back and forth is going to be problematic, and the money part of it is just going to make it just horrific to where you can't afford it. It's better that they live on the campus. But if they want to live outside of the campus and you give in to it, you're going to have to pay for that, because they're not going to have a job or a job that's going to pay for that. So make sure you write down all of your costs, off-campus living, all that entails, sending money to them when they're living off campus for food, et cetera, et cetera. And I get it. Some of them will get a job, et cetera. But if they're going to college full time and you want them to dedicate their time to actually studying, there's going to be very little time to work. So prepare for that. So have all the college costs, your costs, what all that entails, et cetera. Then all the stuff that they are going to need to do. I don't know what the FAFSA requires, or Pell Grants, or looking for just random scholarships online, all of that stuff. Make lists. Everything and anything that you can think of, write it down. That's in your own brain first. Write it down. Then you can go to the internet, go to the college site itself or the type of colleges that your student would like to go to, and definitely try to steer them towards a college in your state, in your area, close to where you live, so they can live at home at least, and you don't have to worry about that one page. But yeah, lots to do, lots to think about, lots to do, lots to think about. And then after you write down everything that you know and have in your brain about all of this college stuff, go to the internet, YouTube, and look at however many videos you want to about parents' issues, thoughts, experiences with their student being in college and the financial part of it, just the other parts of it for them and for the student. Like I said, what they learn, what they experience, etc., is going to be key and helpful to you long term going forward. And then, of course, as always, you're going to be always talking with your student while they are there with you, because once they go to college, and maybe even now before that, maybe when they get 9 or 10, because when they're 9 or 10, their friends know more than you do. It's true, folks. It's true. And then, maybe when they circle back around 23, 24, 25, like, oh, maybe my parents, maybe some of what they were saying was true. Who knew? I tell you. But yeah, make sure that you prepare yourself as much as possible. And like Netta's Nest was saying, she's telling her son to get his CDL so he can, have a backup plan. And like I said, maybe he or your student, whatever it is that they're doing, can do that first and go to college and continue to do that while in college, depending on what it is, whatever your little side hustle or side gig may be. Yes. It's a lot, folks. It's a lot. It is a lot. Managers for fast food restaurants need a college degree. Facts. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And I know with some of the fast food chains, I think McDonald's is one. Not quite sure because things have changed and I'm not keeping up with that. Just invest. McDonald's and what is it? I think Chick-fil-A and the other ones probably also into, when you hire and then, you keep going up in the ranks and, maybe one day you have the thoughts of being or owning a franchise yourself. Yeah, you're going to need a lot of training and education within the field itself. And then, of course, if you have a degree already in business or something or another along that way, that is going to help even before you decide that you want to get a franchise or become general manager or some other aspect or some other field or some other job within the that particular fast food chains hierarchy, then yes, you are going to need a degree. And even like you said, just the basic managers there need a degree. And of course, they have to separate themselves from the other folks that are working there. That's the way with the college degree. That is why the college degree is still valuable in the workforce. And of course, even before you get to the workforce, because you're going to go to a job interview. Now, I get it. There are folks that, got silver spoons or their parents got connections, etc., and they're in there with or without a degree, etc. We get that. Not talking to those folks or about those folks, talking about me and some of the folks that are here in the chat, some of the things that they know, have experienced, their children have experienced. Not talking about the people that I know, Bob, Billy, and all this other stuff, and they're going to get my child in there. All of that stuff. It's the who you know type of thing, etc. We don't have that, then we're at the job interview and we have to bring something to the table because everyone else at the job interview has a degree also into back to my first thing. If they got some experience being a manager at a fast food restaurant or some type of work history, years of work history, etc., they're probably going to be it. And you just have the degree because you're just starting. Nothing against you, you're just starting, but you just need to know that these type of things happen. Don't get, overly anxious or become depressed or give up. Just keep going, keep going. Back again, the parents having to be able to pour into them. And I keep saying parents because They're our children and they are living in the home with us. And we're probably going to be, hopefully, the first ones that they come to speak to and talk to about something like this. They're probably not going to go to their friends, and maybe they will and say, hey, I just went to a job interview and I flunked it. I didn't get the job, etc. Didn't get a call back, didn't get an email or call, no text, whatever it is that they do or how they do it nowadays, etc. And maybe that they're sharing all the stuff with their friends. I don't know. But you're probably going to be the one. They may be sharing it with their friends, but you're going to be the one that they're going to be day in, day out around, doing whatever it is that they're doing, acting whatever type of way it is that they are acting after many job interviews and no success. No success. You're going to be one. Yes, Regina said, you got to be computer literate. Yes, you do. Here, today, right now, you have to be computer literate. That technology is where it is at, folks. Technology is where it is at. If we're not trying to get into some of the STEM fields, then we're going to be lost. And Regina said, and I know you mentioned before, trade or college degree. I think it's what you said up there further. Trade jobs, landscapers, car detailing, mechanic, plumbing, electrician, all great jobs, lucrative jobs. Yes, trade jobs are important. Do not discount those. Do not discount those. Most of these, you don't even have to go to college. A lot of on the job training. Once again, hustling, being out there working and learning, looking and learning and asking questions with all the ones that the AI Genius show mentioned here, like landscaping. Yes, get out there, see what all is happening, look, learn, listen, ask questions. And also you can, get some extra information online, but the actual on the job training for some of these jobs is going to be key and critical. And some of them you may be doing all the time, and you just don't know that you can parlay that into your own business. Landscape, car detailing, which I need to do my car. But yes, you can do that. Mobile car detailing coming to folks, because folks don't want to get out here nowadays. Definitely that mobile car detailing, but just car detailing where you take it to someone is fine also in too. But trust and believe, for me, better with that mobile. People get to stay at home or they're at their office building, and you come out there with your van with the water in the back and you do it all up, etc. And voila, it's like you have a brand new car after you come from your day's work. Like, okay, this is why it was worth me going into there dealing with the Marys and the Bobs and there. It gives you a whole different perspective when you see a brand new, beautifully detailed car, nice and shiny, been vacuumed out, etc. The armor all on the things, and if you got white walls, something young folks don't know about that. Hello, Sheed. How are you? How are you, Sheed? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Wow. Oh, I need to stop. I need to stop. Woo. Uh, excuse me, folks. Thank you so much, Sheet, once again for sharing me out to your community. Well, I do appreciate it. You all go over there and check out Sheet. Yeah, he's over there talking about financial stuff. Also into he is over there talking about financial stuff. Also into he has talked about the college thing. Also into and his young men, his students over there. Sheet, we hear his link is in the chat. Go over there and check him out. Yes. And in addition to the money thing, what she, talks about and has been talking about for a great while when I first became acquainted with him was generational wealth, generational wealth. And he talks a little bit about the college thing too, and doing other things in addition possibly to the college degree, or if you don't have a college degree, ways that you can, just like the AI Virginia show was mentioning, utilize some of these other trades: electrician, plumber, landscaping, car detailing, HVAC, a whole host of things. And with like the HVAC, the electrician, some of those jobs will require you to, do some type of education, but probably not for 4 years. I don't think for 4 years. And you can make tons of money. You can make tons of money. So go check out Sheed We Hear, Sheed We Hear. His link is in the chat. He does go live almost every day in the AM, but go check him out, folks. Go check him out. I think he has an upcoming notification. And sometimes with some of us, we just pop on and just go. Just pop because we don't have a set thing because folks are working people all hours of the night. Yes, folks are working day and night, day and night. Sheet, we here. Go and check him out. Go and check him out. The link is in the chat, folks. The link is in the chat. Yes, but yeah, the last, yeah, all of that good stuff. Let me go back so I can keep on track with what Virginia said because I don't want to miss it. Yes, mechanic. Everyone needs a mechanic. Did you all know that I am a mechanic? No, I'm not. But if I just say I'm a mechanic, then I'm a mechanic. That is how it works nowadays, correct? I need to stop. I need to stop. I see there's a little delay probably on my end, so please forgive, please forgive. But yes, everyone needs a mechanic of some type for our car. It could be a diesel mechanic for, maybe these 18-wheeler vehicles and other vehicles, any type of mechanic. It could be one for airplanes, etc. All of that good stuff. And some of that stuff will require some type of schooling, of course, and you will need to get a certificate or some another in that. And some may require just a 2-year degree, which is fine. But the money that you can make once you're done doing that right off the bat for most of the jobs. Now, once again, you're going to have to hustle if you're the 22 or 23-year-old and you're just starting. So it goes back to that. You're going to have to hustle for the ones that require a 2-year degree, because some of these maybe the electrician requires that. You're going to have at anything, you're going to have to hustle. If you have your own business, being a landscaper, car detailing, mobile car detailing, both, etc., mechanic, plumbing, electrician, if you are doing that for yourself, that is your business. That is how you make your money. You're going to have to hustle because once again, you are competing with all the other landscapers, car dealing people, etc., in that area, in that field. So you're going to have to hustle to get and keep customers. So having good customer service skills is going to be key. And, for some of the guys, especially when we're dealing with women, knowing, our emotional side. I don't want to get all off into that, etc. I don't want to get all off into that because, yeah, it just depends. If this guy, and he's just doing the detail for another guy, then it's no big thing. It's no big thing. But if you're doing the detail for a lady, we may be picking out. Okay, well, here's a spot here or a spot there, or something other like that. You all get what it is that I'm saying. We are emotional beings, so yeah, good customer service skills is going to be helpful in these jobs, in these business jobs that we have for ourselves, so that we can get and keep customers and have that word of mouth. That word of mouth is going to be key. And I get it. We can put stuff on Facebook, YouTube, our own website, etc. And that is good. And that is good. But there's nothing like my telling someone, oh my God, I went to, Bob's Detailing came to my house and detailed my car. And oh man, you all have got to go and have him, only him, detail your car. And I tell them all the grand things he did, etc. And wow, I didn't even know you could that dirt could get into this particular place. And wow, that type of review is going to get you many and many and many customers beyond probably a website or something. Word of mouth is still valuable, folks. Word of mouth is still valuable. And along with that, and I'm probably going to leave it at that, you have these where you can leave reviews, and sometimes you got to look at them with a little side eye. And sometimes I do, just depending on what it is that they are saying. Have to be very careful, with that, folks. Have to be very careful with the reviews, even the ones that give 5 stars. And, if you look at them and have been looking at reviews on different things, etc., you know, you know. DJ Ron the Mechanic, thank you so much for sharing me out. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. What does DJ Ron the Mechanic do? I wrote it down from off of the. I'll tell you what it is that I see over there first. Thank you so much, DJ Ron the Mechanic, for sharing me to your community wall. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Now he has 25 jobs. Talk about a person having 25 jobs, multiple streams of income. DJ Ron the Mechanic. He's the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, as they say. He works for the post office. He is a mechanic. He is a DJ, and he does audio equipment installation. He does all four of those things and a host of other things and a host of other things. And now he has added thrift shopping. I'll say he's added thrift shopping, but he is always looking for a deal. He is always looking for a deal. I wrote down the stuff on a piece of paper, all that you do. And I wanted to say it off the top because this is what I'm seeing when I go to his channel. Go over to DJ Ron the Mechanic's channel and check out his content, folks. Great content, great content. He's over there thrifting, one of my faves, buying those subwoofers. That was the last one I saw. And I think he did a live yesterday, and I wasn't present for it. I wasn't available for it. On subwoofers that he bought, I think at Best Buy for $15.99. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Go over there and check out that video and his other content. He has done the rear view window, the rear view mirror camera installation, but you can see the front and the back of all the stuff that's happening when you're in your car, out of your car. If something happens, you know what else going on. So he showed us that installation. Go over there and check it out. And I think there is a link to where you can, I think he has an affiliate link. Not quite sure, but I think he has an affiliate link for that. Hopefully he does. DJ Ron the Mechanic. Go and check him out. And he's been buying some, and I'll leave it at that. He's been buying some. Well, one of his things premieres some of the old school tall tall speakers that folks had in their house. I only know this because I've seen it on YouTube because I'm 29 and that hasn't the the tall speakers that we used to have in our house in the olden days, the tall speakers where you sat on them also into. He has a video out there with that also into that he made a find at a thrift store. I think he got two of them. I do believe it might have been four, but two of them. Go and check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. Go and check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. It's like a blast from the past on some of the things out there. And of course, the new technology. LED lights in there also into. Check him out. DJ Ron the Mechanic. And he also just made 2,000 subscribers on his channel, on his way to 3,000. DJ Ron the Mechanic. The link is in the chat, folks. The link is in the chat. Go and check him out. He may have another premiere today. I'll have to get on there and see what all is going on. But yeah, a man of many jobs. And like we're talking about that college degree, we're going to need a backup and a backup to the backup and a backup to the backup 25 times over. These food and gas prices just now are crazy. And on student loans, we've been hearing a lot about it this year with regards to that. And with our government, the Biden administration promising student loan relief in whatever amounts that they had out there or full. I can't remember this point. And that one soured the Supremes. The U.S. Supreme Court said, no. And then a lot of folks, their hopes, dreams were crashed. They were depending on their government to rescue them. I'm not saying anything either which way, but it didn't happen. And hopefully that was eye-opening to them. For the folks that were old enough, and like I always like to add, ugly enough like me to know better, then I think they were okay. They was like, oh man, I wish it would have happened, blah, blah, blah. And then they're about to go on with their lives. But for the folks that are 22, 23, that They just got out of college and they're getting the bills, or they're looking online, getting the bills and having to pay them or not pay them. They're like, and now we're back to people may having, you know, mental moments where anxiety, depression, and giving up may start to set in, but you can't do that. You can't do that. It is what it is. The law has spoken, and here we are. But it's not to say that these things can't be revisited or something else, can't be done to help these folks out. But just know that that student loan debt is your student loan debt. Just know that. Just know that. DJ Ron, the mechanic, is saying, I dropped a new video yesterday. Okay, great. Great. I guess it'll be in the upcoming. Oh, you dropped one yesterday? Okay, so that was, yeah, maybe that was the one that I did not see. Excuse me. Ah. And that's the one I probably have to go back because the last one I saw was the subwoofer one. But yeah, I'll get over there and check it out. I'll get over there and check it out, DJ Ron. Yeah. You're never too old to learn. Facts. Never too old to learn. Never too old to learn. That's right. If you only need a few semester hours, go back and finish up, get that paper. Yes, it's going to be important. It's going to be important, folks. It is going to be important. And I think Regina is speaking not just to the older folks here in the chat and those that catch the replay. Shout out to the replay gang. Shout out to the replay gang. But even if you're like 30, 31, and of course you're looking to be working many more years for someone else or yourself, and then again, maybe not, maybe you're doing things perfectly well, great with your money, etc. So you're set up to where you can retire early, like at 50 or so. But most of us, if we're working for someone else or got our own business or doing both, etc., then we're going to be here for a bit. Like if you're 30 something, if you only need a few semester hours, if you only need a whole another year of it, go back and finish up. Go back and finish up. Take one class at a time and make sure that you pay for that class in full and do all that you can to stay within the time frame parameter so that you don't lose. Like if you take a course, like you don't have to repeat it 2 or 3 times over before you finish up, et cetera, et cetera. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of that. But yes, go back and finish up. The degree is still valuable in the workforce, All the other stuff that comes after it is going to be needed, required, etc. Hustling to get the job. And of course, looking at the bills and paying the student loan debt, etc., because you don't want your credit to be screwed up because you didn't do that. And from what I understand, you can't claim bankruptcy with that. I don't know the whole thing. So please make sure you go and do your own due diligence with that. And I think that was something that President Biden, I think at the time, Senator Biden, agreed to put into effect, etc. Well, was part of the 100 that said, no, you can't discharge student loan debt, or maybe federal student loan debt in bankruptcy, or maybe just any type of debt. But go do your own research on that. Go do your own research on that. Yeah, you're never too old to learn. Yeah, but definitely make sure that our students, etc., that they are set up for success. Make sure that they are set up for success, which means we, the parent, or the parents, are going to be doing a whole lot of it, especially if you got the 15-year-old. Yeah, you're gonna have to make sure that you're probably making sure that he cleans his room, his or her room, or something other like that already now. Shouldn't be a 15, but I'm a different type. But nonetheless, yeah. Yes, things. Hello, the jury spot. Hello, Val. How are you? How are you? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. This is part 2. What is the name of it? It's having a college degree still valuable in the workforce, part 2, because part 1 was silent, but I was in the chat, and then the machines. I have to get all new machines. But I'm going to save up for that. So in the interim, I'm going to continue to use these and press on. Thank you so much for coming in. The jury spot. Thank you so much for coming in. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And thanks for hitting the like button. All thanks for hitting the like button. All I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Of course, check out Cash into Envelopes, my backup channel, my second channel. Check that out. My playlist, all that good stuff. My shorts, all items that are here on Wanda Budgets and Beyond and Cash into Envelopes. Contest number 4 is underway, folks. Contest number 4 is underway. And I think I'm going to have the same prize, free sponsorship here at Wanda Budgets and Beyond. And speaking of such, this show is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. Rooted in Essential Oils. Go and check out his channel, folks. His link is in the chat. His link is in the chat. Rooted in Essential Oils. Go and check him out. He is over there showing us how to utilize the essential oils. And I'm just going to speak about that for a few seconds here. Utilizing the essential oils in our home, of course, in the humidifier, for cleaning our home, etc. All of that good stuff rooted in essential oils. And on one of his and on his channel, he gives information about how to utilize the essential oils and the other household cleaning products that are safe for the environment, safe for your home, safe for your children, safe for your pets. He mentioned with regards to his son and maybe some little, I'm just going to put it this way, but this was not the case, some needing to go for number 2, etc., and utilizing some of the essential oils to help draw it down and get it out of there, and how that was helpful. I was like, wow. So the power of natural items in the environment, just nature itself. But yeah, the essential oils worked and did it, for Famous, that's his name, over there at Rooted in Essential Oils. Rooted in Essential Oils. He is the sponsor of this live. His link is in the chat. His link is in the chat. So yeah, thanks for being here. Yes, and I think that I would do the free sponsorship as a prize also in 2. And how that works is, I'm just giving the example. I'm not ending the show. When I begin my live, I will say my greetings and I will say, this show is sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils, like I just did. And I will do my live. And then at the end of the live, I will say, this show was sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. And then I will say my byes and go away. That was the example of how the free sponsorship here works on Wanda Budgets and Beyond. And after we find out the winner on my community wall, I will post that person's link. And then for 7 days, that will go on for all of my lives. And yeah, that is a great, you get all the exposure that comes with your link and drop in the chat each and every time. My saying your channel name numerous times throughout the live to go and check you out and give a little bit of information about your channel, etc. And yeah, and then of course that is it with regards to the sponsorship and contest number 4. Yes, it is a great prize. It is a great prize. It is a great prize. Whew. And of course, when you come to my lives here and the silent lives, and my silent lives, if you share out the live, you get your link drop, and then I will see it, and then I will promote people, tell people, go to your channel, talk about your channel a little bit, and voila, you will have engagement over there on your channel. You will have engagement over there on your channel. Best believe, best believe. So yeah. Okay, I don't know why this thing is giving me a little circle, and I see that there was a little delay. There was a little delay also in 2. But yeah, that is how contest number 4 is going to go. Same as usual. Share me out on the live and the silent live. Get your link drop. And of course, if I'm live, I will talk about your channel. And then your name goes into the hat. You get onto the wheel, the spinning wheel on Sunday, and the drawing is always on Sunday. Saturday is the last day that you can while I'm doing a live or silent live, share me out, because Sunday will be the drawing. And when the live starts, then I will readily get to who the winner is so that they can be announced as the sponsor of that live. So, yes, yes. But yeah, having the college degree is important. Yes, 7 whole days of promotion from Sunday when it starts until the next Sunday when the next contest is entered. And of course, if in this case, Rooted and Essential Oils won this particular contest, so he won't be in contest or cannot participate in contest number 5. I don't want someone to think there's funny business in case he won a second time or anyone going forward wins 2 times in a row. That looks funny. I'm not for that. I'm not for that, folks. I'm not for that. Of course, as always, click on all the links in the channel, folks. Click on all the links in the channel. Great content over there. Great content over there. Great. Yes, great content over there, folks. And great content creators. Good people, good people. But yeah, having that college degree is important. A whole lot of stuff goes into it before for the person that's going to college, for the student or students, and for the parents, whether they have the money to pay for it or not. You will still have some cost. You will still have some cost associated with it. Of course, you know, if your child, they haven't really worked yet, work it. They have working at McDonald's is like they can go to the mall and buy a T-shirt type thing, etc. You all get what it is that I am saying. So they really haven't work, and they don't have any money to contribute to anything. So that's why I say for the student and for the parents, mostly for the parents with regards to a whole host of stuff while they are starting out and learning the whole process of how to get into college, all the things they need to do, like I mentioned before, it's going to be key. It's going to be key and critical that time management skills are going to need to be learned, enhanced, and abided by, etc. for the parent and for the student. A whole host. Military parent get a deal for dependents. Okay, yes, I heard that. They have lots of programs out there for the student. Oh my, something is acting up here, folks. I think I'm going to. Oh, I'm getting these notifications. Let me click out of them, and hopefully I don't mess up the live. Okay. They're always advertising something. Yes. Yes, for their dependents. Yeah, there. I think there are many programs out here where the dependents are children of military spouses, not spouses, military, military parent or parents get great deals on college. There are lots of different programs with regards to the military dependents, and just a lot of whole host of programs and scholarships out here just in general. But yeah, that is a good point. So if you're military, please check into that, check into those. It may save you a whole lot of money to where you don't have to put out any money, etc. Lots of programs. Once I said a lot of research, a lot of research is going to be needed, and planning, etc. for these things. And of course, by doing the research, slow and steady wins the race. If you got a 15-year-old, you got, unless they're academically and they're going to start when they're 16 or something, that's a whole nother. But if they're 15, you have 3 years in my brain, or maybe 4, to get a whole lot of information and things in place. And I get it. The information on some things will change, but a lot of it won't. Your financial picture dynamic, you will know that each and every, you will know that day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year, between the 15 to 18, 19. You will know that part of it. You can go, if you already did, wrote down your stuff with regards to college, you know that the cost of it is going to change, and all the things for the meals, all the type of meal plans, and any and everything else that they have. The room and board is all that I can think of in my brain. Where they're going to live and food they're going to eat, and the college cost is all that I can think of. But I am sure there are a whole host of things. If they want to join organizations, etc., they're not going to know until they get there. But these kids, they want to feel like they belong and all this other stuff instead of just getting there and going do the work. And yes, interact with the folks, but your main job, is to go there, learn whatever it is that they're pushing out to you, and get decent grades, good grades. I'm just saying decent, good grades, etc. Because you know your kids' level already, but nonetheless, get good grades, get that degree, and parlay it into a job or into working for yourself and a job, etc. That's what they need to be. But they're going to be doing all the other stuff because they want to get the college experience. More buzzwords, but nonetheless, I get off of that. You will know for yourself day to day. The other stuff you can go back and see what it is when your student is going to school and all the things for it. But 80 to 90% of the information you will already have known, research, and hopefully have some type of game plan or started cash stuff in envelopes electronically, putting the money off to the side for what you're going to have to do, give up weekly, monthly, for the cost and care of your student being in the school, because that stuff doesn't stop. I don't think the college is giving them, toiletries and extra food outside of the meal plan. Not quite sure, but you will know. You will know. And yes, those scholarships, this internet is a great place. You can go and find out all the different types of scholarships that they are offering. I do want to say this also into, please make sure when you are researching the different scholarships that you are reading every word that is on there, able to understand and decipher every word that is on there, because some may require you to pay some type of money up front, even though they say free information, may want you to pay some type of money up front or on the back end, or they let you get to a certain point and then they start saying, hey, you got to, in order to get to the next step, do this, etc. Just be very careful. Just be very careful. And of course, for folks that will try to help your kid get into college, be mindful and careful of those places, people also. And two, they will help you get in college, or we can get your kid in college, and you think it's going to be a done deal once you pay out all of your money, and you could have found that particular information yourself. Please be very careful. There's always someone out here that wants to take your money away from you in a bad way, and not give and not actually provide the service that they are saying that they're going to provide for you. Please be careful. Please be careful. Lots of folks out here doing that type of thing. So yeah. And then remember, there were some celebrities that got caught up in something like that also, and too. And it did not bode too well for them. But yes, you have to research carefully. Do your research carefully. Exactly right. The Ann Virginia Show is saying, do your research carefully. Just once again, Rooted in Essential Oils. Go and check out his channel, folks. Go and check out his channel. He is the sponsor of this live. Rooted in Essential Oils. Go and check out his channel, folks. Thank you so much, DJ Ron the Mechanic, for dropping your link. For sharing me out to your community wall. And of course, we drop your link. Go and check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. Go and check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. Go check out his show, folks. Go check out his channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. And dropping your links. And for sharing to your community wall. I think that was the two. Yeah, DJ Ron the Mechanic. Yeah, he put up there, he loves the thrift stores. Yes. Yes, those thrift stores, they are good. You can find all of that, all of those things from yesteryear. Woo! In good condition, because some folks really, back then people really valued what they had, because getting that type of thing was, getting some of those things were, it was hard on a person's budget, and they may have had to have saved to even get that, etc., and all the other components, etc. So yeah, the thrift shops, a great resource. Wish there was one for college degrees. Just kidding. We're paying for college degrees. Yeah, it's just a whole lot of things. Oh, and Sheet We Hear, Sheet We Hear. Thank you so much, Sheet We Hear. Thank you so much for sharing me to your community wall. And of course, you get your link drop. Thank you so much for being here. Always, Sheet, we're here. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I do. Yes, I do appreciate it. Go check out Sheet We Hear. His link also is in the chat. Rooted in Essential Oils, Sheet We Hear, and DJ Ron the Mechanic. All the links are in the chat, folks. Click on all the links in the chat, folks. Shout out to the replay gang because, as you all know, and all the people that are their links that are in the chat do lives, and we know and understand the value of the replay game when folks come back and when the chat, you know, presents itself after 2 or 3 days, etc. People go and they look in the chat and they see if there are links there, and if there are links there, they're more apt to go and click on them because, hey, this person um, got their link drop in this chat, so the information the person's talking about me is valuable, and someone was valuable enough, or they thought enough of that person. And of course, we know how it works here. Their link is in the chat, so they're going to be more than likely go and click on it to see what all is going on with this person that their link is in the chat, and click. They clicked on your link and they're over there on your channel and seeing your great content, seeing your great content, seeing your up-to-date content. So that's why having good and great up-to-date content is a key thing here in YouTube. I am learning a whole lot, and that is one of the things, etc. Into. So shout out to the replay crew. Click on all the links in the channel, folks. Click on all the links in the channel. Thanks for the 14 likes. I see 13. AR Junior Show says to always add one. Thanks for the 14 likes. If you haven't hit the like button by now, hit the like button, folks. Hit the like button. Always a good thing to do it when you come in so you don't forget on the way out. Like, okay, I clicked the like. Now I can just listen in peace. She has a lot to say. She has a lot to say. Let me go and find my Steeler program because I got on my Steeler, got on my workout stuff underneath, but I got on my Steeler shirt today. We won. Did I mention that? No, this is the first time I mentioned that. This is the first time I'm mentioning that. Yes, we won against the Rams. Oh, we got Jacksonville. We got Jacksonville at home. I went go south. What am I doing here? I'm getting delirious now. Yes, we are at Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, the 29th on Sunday. I guess that's Sunday. Is that Sunday or Monday? I have to look at a calendar. But yeah, we're gonna win. Howard Cosell. Do y'all remember him? Now I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, I'm going off on. Let me put this back so I can know where it is. So I can keep up with our 4-2 schedule. 4-2, folks. 4-2. Let me not talk about too much because I don't want to get it. Have egg on my face when it doesn't happen. Coach Tomlin is so handsome. You guys were like, girl, we're not trying to hear that. That's what the guys are saying. We're not trying to hear that. Go back to talking about college stuff. Will do. Will do. Will do. Of course, as with anything, research planning is going to be critical and key. Of course, if you know your student or students, they're college minded, then you already know to start right then and there. It doesn't hurt to have research, like I said, over a period of time. And if they decide not to do it, I guess no harm, no foul. And then you can just, they can move on with whatever it is that they want to do going forward in your home. And that comes up a whole host of things. They may want to just go to college to get away from you. Why am I even saying that? I'm getting delirious. I need coffee. But folks, college is expensive. College is expensive for all people involved, even for the parents, even if the kid get a full ride scholarship and all of that good stuff, the parents will have some money outlays going on for any and all the stuff that they know that their student like, want, need, etc., while they are off in college if they don't live at home, all of that good stuff. So please make sure that you are planning for that. Please make sure that you are planning for that. Have, some money going off to the side into a little fund, or if, you just want to buy monthly a gift card and say, hey, with this amount of money, you're going to have to buy all the things that you need. Do not ask for another penny, because this should be sufficient enough money for you to take care of yourself. And in my brain, in my brain, if you start them out with like all of their toiletry type stuff, what have you, that will last them for a long period of time. And then, you give them the card with the money on it, like this is for food and clothing if you buy it. And they can go to thrift stores just like me and DJ Ron the mechanic go to and buy clothing, etc. You give them the toiletries, laundry detergent, all that type of stuff. Hello, Yeti Mountain Trading. How are you? How are you? Get over there to your channel. You're coming here a lot. How are you doing? How are you doing? Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Hopefully, all is going well with you. I need to get over to your channel after this. How are things with you? How are things with you? Yeti Mountain Trading. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks so much for coming in. But yeah, rainy Thursday, just chilling. Okay, good, good. Just chilling is always a good thing. Just chilling is always a good thing. All is well over here. All is well over here. Thanks for asking. Thanks for asking. But yeah, they can go. Oh yeah, besides the toiletries, detergent stuff, little household cleaning stuff, etc. To start them off to last them for a little while, so they're not in the need for that. And then, send a gift card like, hey, this is for food and clothing. Go to a thrift shop. Go to a thrift shop to get your clothing. Go to the thrift shop to get your clothing. You have to make it work for yourself, because you're going to be putting some money out. You're going to be putting some money out. Housing, yeah, if they're living off college, yeah, then you're going to have to be doing all that thing. If they're staying at home, then you don't have to, not so much. You can continue to do what you have been doing with food. And then, like I said, in college, you're hoping that they're going there, learning what they need to learn. A lot of time and hours is going to be dedicated to getting their studies, reading, actually doing homework, research, etc. So the time that they can work may be non-existent. They can't work, to they're working very little. And even if they're working very little, you got to get some. You got to get some of that money. That's just me. That's just how I operate. Because you're not going to live here for free. You're not going to live here for free. And that's just it. You're not going to live here for free. You're 18. You're not living here for free. But yeah, just like some of the things A.R. Regina show is mentioning, if they're living, on campus and even off campus, these are some of the things that they will still need, want to participate in, entertainment, whatever that means. I'm just kidding, going to the movies, parks, concerts. They still want to do some of the things that they've been doing from not 0 to 18, but 12, 13, 15 to 18. If they've been going to the movies and you've taken them to a concert or two, or these little jazz festivals or different type of festivals in the park where one of their favorite stars shows up, and it might have been free or very little cost or something, they still want to continue to do those things, whatever it is that they were doing for entertainment that had a cost to it. They're going to want to continue to do those things while in college, at home, or on the campus. Excuse me. Ah. They're still going to want to do those things, and they're going to have to pay for it. They're going to have to pay for it, or you'll be paying for it. Yeti Mountain Trading is saying hashtag give blood. That's a way for them to make somebody give blood. However often they can do it, give blood. They are young enough that they can get poked a lot of times. I'm just kidding. But they are young enough so that they can withstand it. I'll just say that. They can withstand it numerous times. Yes, a great idea. Hadn't thought about give blood. Hadn't thought about give blood. Yes. Yeah, you're going to be putting out money, and they're going to have to get out there and do something. Like I understand, school is going to be number one important, and it's probably going to be number one important in your brain too, because you know that they are racking up the student loan debt if they don't get a scholarship, a full ride, etc. They're going to be racking up the student loan debt. So yeah, uh, life is interesting, folks. Life is interesting here with the college. Full-time students can't work. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Please make sure you are researching, to make sure that some of the things that we are mentioning here in the chat are actually in fact true. Is that for the students that are on the full ride scholarship and not just like the regular Joe person, that is just going to college full time, full time. I'm talking they're there all the time, like the person on scholarship, because full time can mean different things nowadays. I do believe it's not where you're there like for the 8, 10, 12 hours, however long it is. Full time could mean you're doing so many credit hours and they count that as full time. I don't know whether that is the same for the scholarship folks, whether they have to be there full time. But yeah, please make sure. Oh, that's how son did it at ATU. Okay. And what is ATU? Tell me the name of this particular college, ATU University. I guess the U is for university. I don't know what the AT is for. Is it Arizona, Alaska, Arkansas? I don't know. But yeah, thanks for the 17th. Yeah, thank you, Yeti, for that info. Okay, y'all be safe. Back to work for me. Stay safe. Oh, thank you so much for coming in, Yeti Mountain Trading. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Have a good day at work. Have a good day at work. And you also too. Be safe. Be safe. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yes. Thanks for the 17 likes, folks. Thanks for the 17 likes. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. And yeah, just a little bit more on the working for yourself, and the skills. That's going to be helpful if you're working for yourself and you have to interact with the public, because there are jobs that you can be working for yourself, like in the technology field, and you never ever have to interact with a person, or you just may have to interact with very few people. And the occasions where you do that is very seldom, maybe once a month or once every 2 or 3 months, etc. You got contracts to where, people are seeing whatever it is that you're doing online for them. They are seeing, getting the results, maybe getting reports, etc. And you may just have to come in here and there ever so often and chat with them, ask them how they like in the service, telling them about the service, how great it is, of course, because you have to promote yourself when you have your own business, telling them how great the service is. And if you see something that another service and you can provide them for an additional fee, if you see something that you think is going to be helpful to them, then express that to them also, in order to get another sale, in order to get them to buy something else from you also into. Hello, Ruthie's this and that and family. How are you? How are you? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for stopping in. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. How is the family doing? How are the young men doing? How are the young men doing? I hope they're doing good. Yeah, school, and been back to school for a few months now. And it's germ time. It is germ time, folks. Germs, germs everywhere. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good, Ruthie. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, she has some students. She has some young men, and maybe I don't know whether they've told her now that they want to go to college and all this other type of stuff. But yeah, just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of information out here on YouTube and just the internet in of itself. And as with anything, research and planning is going to be key and critical. Sorry to add more additional things to your plate, but here we are, folks. Here we are with our students. And of course, it is my hope that any parent wants the best for their child or children. And having the college degree is helpful, is valuable still, is valuable still. All the other stuff that comes along with it, of course, has to be in the mix. It has to be in the mix. It has to be thought about, planned, research, and all of that good stuff. And that is going to take time and energy and effort and taking the time away from your already busy schedule, but it has to be done. And like I said before, please make sure that you get your 15 and 16-year-old on board with this also in tune, because the hand holding that we as parents sometimes do, and some of us overly, and if we look back on it, we okay, I did a little bit too much in that regard, etc. And now our children may not know how to, you know, they're not self-motivating. They're not self-motivating. They need someone to be talking to them all the time, and like doing step one for them, etc., or taking them here to get step one done, etc., all those other type of things. So yeah, the world will not treat you as kindly as your parents. And I get it, family dependent. Everyone's family dynamics is dynamic. It's not the same with dynamics. It's not, are not the same. Doing okay. But you still half asleep. You worked last night. Oh wow, the boys are well there at school. Yes, yes, yes. Um, please make sure that when you do sleep, that you sleep well, that you sleep well, Ruthie. Yeah, you're probably up doing. I will watch the replay for the great information. Thank you so much, Ruthie. Thank you so much. Yeah, try to get some sleep. Don't get around in the house and be doing all this and that and the other, etc. But you know you might have already done that. I don't know what time you got off this morning, but nonetheless, yeah. And we tend to do that. We go from second shift, first shift to second shift, which is at home and all this other stuff. But yeah, definitely get some sleep. Definitely get some sleep. And thank you for saying you're gonna do the replay. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Yeah, college life is upon some of you parents out here. College life is upon some of you parents out here. Lots of information. And of course, within our own families, we have seen, other family members, and it could be your siblings, children, go to school, go to college, etc., and have success. And of course, success is subjective, to each and every one of us, how we view it. And then we may know some of the horror stories because they may have freely told you some of the horror stories that come along with their child going to college, and that is a good way to learn some information, pack it up in the back of your brain for when your student is gone. And that is a great resource to get a whole lot of information even before you go to the internet, with about how they manage experience, for themselves, what they went through when their student or students was going to college, and what the student themselves told them or may have told them that happened with them when they were going to college, with regard to the financial burden, all the studying they had to do, whatever it is that the student was going through, saw happening with others, etc. If they shared any of that with the parents, that is good information for you, the new the new person that's going to have your children go into college for the first time, etc. Good information to know and learn from even before. And of course, you always got to be communicating with your student or students with regards to college and a whole host of stuff. Life, of course, life is out there waiting for them. Life will not be kind. They need to learn that message more sooner than later. And yes, I get it. Not every person in the world is bad. Not everyone is out here to do something good for you. But if you think someone is going to hold your hand through life, if you think someone is going to give you something, if you think just because you get this degree that you're going to, that job is going to be right there waiting for you the first time you do a job interview, the first job you apply for. No, all of that stuff need to be put in, need to be poured into our children from early on. I'm trying to take it easy. We're taking my husband out to eat today. Okay, good. Yesterday was his birthday. What's his name? Something effect. I want to say LS, but I'm not sure. It might be LF. But nonetheless, oh, that was good. Yeah, everyone is getting old around me. Oh. I need to stop. Back to talking about college water. Back to talking about college. Thank you so much, Val, the jury spot, for coming by. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. I'm sure I'm going to go over to your spot and see what all you are making over there. What you are making over there. Thanks for coming in. Have a good one. Have a good one. Val, the jury spot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But yeah, family and friends that had students that are currently in and that have been and done their 2 or 4 years, etc. SL. I said LS, then I said LL. Yeah, SL. Yeah. Yeah, great resource for you. Great resource for them. Tap their brains for the knowledge that they have. Ask questions. Ask questions. A great resource. Having them there to talk to is a great resource. And you can also, of course, talk to the student themselves if that's your niece or nephew, cousin, or something other like that. Do that also, and to say, hey, how was it for you? Tell me everything. Or tell me about this. Find the stuff that you really want to know about, don't like asking how the food was. You may want to ask about the students. You may want to ask about, and some of the information is going to be on there with regards to demographics at a particular school. And hopefully it is right. If that is something that is of importance to you, if you want your kid to go to a college that is predominantly Black, historically Black, if you want them to go to a historically Black college or university, then that's that. If you want them to go to a college that has, you know, that is a mixing bowl of the different races, ethnicities, etc., then choose that, etc. Whatever it is that you want to do. If that's a criteria for you, then of course you're going to research that out. But yeah, make sure that when you're asking the questions, that you're asking hard hitting questions that's going to be relevant and information you can share with your student regards to, like they're telling you some of the do's and don'ts. And I don't know if they give a handbook, but I'm sure there are lots of rules on campus with regards to the do's and don'ts while on campus, and even for some while off campus. Goodness knows for the folks that are on scholarship and for the ones that aren't on scholarship also in too, because we know that the world has changed and it is different. Something that you do on the outside of the college campus and things that you do outside of your job for the people that are just working can be critical, may get you fired. So just be careful and tell them to, they're going to have to read, they're going to have to read it, because the teachers and the administrators and the guidance folks, counselors, advisors, etc., at the college is not going to handhold them and tell them every little thing. They may give you a book, a pamphlet, and say, read this. These are all the rules for the campus, etc. And after you read it, then of course, as always, use common sense. So please make sure that if you're asking the student those types of questions, then that is a good thing. Ask, hey, is there a handbook for all the do's and don'ts on campus, etc., etc. And make sure that your student knows if they're going out of state, the state laws regarding anything that they may be taking into that state, etc. Now, we know that they recently legalized a particular substance. I don't like to talk about it too much here, but I do have, if your kid is going to college in a state that it is not legal in, it may be legal in all of them now, and the District of Columbia, I don't know. Please make sure that they know that you can't, partake in these type of substances here in the state, so that they do not get in trouble if they do in fact partake of these substances currently in your state. So please make sure they know all of that going forward. And any of the little quirky rules, laws that some of these states, localities have, they need to be in the know so that they don't get caught up in something and find themselves kicked off of campus, etc. Please make sure that when it comes to interacting with the opposite sex, that they know it's too much. And you already know the thoughts that I am thinking. All of these things, of course, they should know, should be aware of from the parents. from 12 to 18, 12 to 18 before they even step out of the house, like full time to go to college, etc. About dating, interpersonal relationships, just personal relationships with the opposite sex, and how it can be very problematic for them, very problematic for them. A yes today or a yes tonight is a no tomorrow morning when I change my mind. You all get where it is that I'm going with this. Because sometimes some people can just say something and it is. So I'll leave that there. So yeah, they need to be aware and mindful of all the laws and with regards to dating interactions and stuff, whether they're doing it, the swiping left, right, or whatever it is that they're doing on these machines. That part, and if they're actually talking to someone face to face, which that's a whole other thing. That sometimes these things can be very problematic. Things can go awry, and they find themselves on the spot. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there because we don't want our students to get caught up in any foolishness, And your word against the next person's word is, yeah. So yeah, but the college degree is still valuable, folks. The college degree is still valuable, well worth having, well worth having. Yeah. So the AI Regina Show, you can drop your links while I'm going out. Yeah. So of course I'm still talking while she dropped her links. This show was sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils is the sponsor of this live. Rooted in Essential Oils is the sponsor of this live. His link is in the chat. Please make sure you go and check out his channel. He sells the products that he is talking about and giving us information on. Check out the description. Check out the information in the description. You can save some coins. This is a budgeting channel. You can save some coins. Rooted in Essential Oils. Check out his channel. Training about how to use these products, the essential oils, other cleaning products that are in other cleaning products that are safe for your home, safe for the environment, safe for your kids, safe for pets. Rooted in Essential Oils. Check out his channel. Sheet We Hear also in two. Thank you for sharing me to your community wall. Thank you again for sharing me to your community wall. I do appreciate it. Go check out Sheet We Hear. He is talking about financial information also in two. And when I first became acquainted with Sheet We Hear, he was talking about still money, side hustles, generational wealth, life insurance, and doing some of the relationship talk, how to improve yourself, all of that good stuff. You will find that content over there on Sheet We Hear, but definitely financial information, personal financial information, what you can do with your pay. Go check out that video, what you can do with your pay. I think it was Payday Friday. He has some other content there since then. Sheet We Hear, the link is in the chat. Go and check him out. Go and check him out. DJ Ron the Mechanic, the link is in the chat also in two. Thank you again for sharing me out to your community wall. I do appreciate it. Go and check him out, folks. I'm sure he got a video upcoming today, and it's 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's how I heard. DJ Ron the Mechanic, go and check him out, folks. Go and check him out. He is a DJ. He is a mechanic. He works at the post office. He does car audio installation. And his newest thing, ding, 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 is shopping at the thrift store. Shopping at the thrift store. He is always looking for a good deal, as am I. And the other folks that are here in the chat, we're always looking for a good deal, a good deal. Good deal. Lots of jobs, and lots of jobs are needed to pay for gas and food here. DJ Ron the Mechanic, go and check him out. Go and check him out. And he actually does oh God, how could I forget? Car shows, and car meets. He does those also until he goes to the car shows and display all the different cars and stuff that he sees there. give us a peek inside of these cars. Car shows also into and car meetups or car meets. Go and check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. DJ Ron the Mechanic. So he's putting in there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So when you share your link out again, I'll know Monday, Wednesday, and Friday because I wrote down the stuff for the folks, but I knew offhand your stuff. Go check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. Go check out DJ Ron the Mechanic. And thank you so much, DJ Ron the Mechanic, for dropping your link. His link is in the chat, folks. His link is in the chat as well as all the others. Click on all the links in the chat, folks, and connect with these great content creators. Connect with these great content creators, folks. Great information, great content over there. Trust and believe you will learn something. You will learn something. I do appreciate you all being here. Thanks for the 18 likes. Don't forget to hit the like button, folks. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'm about to close out. Don't forget to hit the like button. Check out the replay list. Check out my playlist. All of that good stuff, folks. Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I will be back with another live, a little car chat, folks. Come on in, DJ Rob the Mechanic. I'm a mechanic too. Isn't that how it works? Like I mentioned before, I can just say it and I'm it. But come back at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight for car chat. And like the AR Virginia Show put in, 6 a.m. silent lives until it stops being silent where I go live. All right, folks. Yes, Car Talk today at 6 p.m. This live was sponsored by Rooted in Essential Oils. This link is in the chat. Go and check them out. Thank you. Bye-bye.